AskReddit by Nishant 1122. Who are the greatest of all time in their respective fields that are still living? Dear Lawrence Einhorn discovered using platinum-based chemo for testicular cancer. This resulted in cure rates jumping from bleak to over 95%. That guy saved my dad's life from esophageal cancer. Now I know his name, thanks. Usain Bolt. I still go back and watch his world record sprints a couple times a year. It's just so amazing that he's that much faster than every other human at something as basic as running. Magnus Carlsen. Or, if you believe Magnus, Garry Kasparov. So good he's bored. Turned down a guaranteed $800K, practically guaranteed $1.2 million and another title with how he matches up with Ding, to sit out the last world title cycle. His only interest seems to be waiting for one of the young Indians or Elia Reza to take the crown before he'll reconsider another run at it if format doesn't change. Wayne Gretzky comes to mind. The fastest player in NHL history to reach 1,000 points was Wayne Gretzky. The second fastest was Wayne Gretzky getting his second 1,000 points. Akuho, the GOAT in sumo. His achievements will never be eclipsed. This is a good one because so many of the other replies are about sports that don't go back all that far, so that it's unsurprising to have the GOAT still alive. Sumo, on the other hand, goes back over 1,000 years. Michael Phelps. Phelps and Ledecky. Sir David Attenborough is still alive. This year he was also recognized as the longest running TV presenter by the Guinness World Book of Records at 70 years. Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker. Came here precisely for this comment. Ronnie is otherworldly when he's in the zone. Kelly Slater, 11-time world champion in surfing. He's also both the oldest and youngest to win a world championship. When asked who would win in a matchup, the 96 Bulls or 23 Nuggets, Michael Jordan said the Bulls would win by about 10 points. The interviewer asked why he thought the game would be so close, and Jordan said because we are all in our 60s now and not as good as we used to be. When asked about the 2017 Warriors against the 96 Bulls, Steve Kerr said, "First of all, it's a really hard question to answer, not just because you're comparing eras, but also because it's literally tough for me to answer grammatically. I don't know who we is and who they are. I'll just say, if the two teams played each other, there's no question that we could beat us and they could beat them." Alexander Karelin. His greatness in wrestling is unparalleled. He's my answer anytime this type of question gets answered. His record was 887-2. He won 3 Olympic golds and 1 silver, 9 World Championship golds, 12 European Championship golds. He had a 6-year period at the end of his career where no one scored a single point on him until his loss in the gold medal match of the 2000 Olympics, which he lost 1-0 on a somewhat controversial call. Just complete and utter dominance for 13 years of international competition. Joey Chestnut. He's in a league of his own. No competition, no reason to even try to keep up. From Wikipedia. Awards. 16x Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest Champion, 2007 to 2014, 2016 to 2023. What happened at 2015, Joey? Janja Gunbret, Slovenian rock climber. She's an absolute beast and miles ahead of her competition. Every time I'm watching a comp, I see a string of world-class athletes either fail to get off the ground or struggle to zone. I think, man, I bet the route setters are wishing they'd made the problems more doable. These are just set too hard. Then Janja comes on, flashes, and walks off in less than a minute. According to the mug I gave him, my dad was the world's greatest dad of all time. My boss is the world's greatest boss, according to the mug he bought himself. Efren Rise is the greatest pool player of all time. The Magician. Eddie Merckx is still alive and kicking. He's won 19 cycling monuments. The second best guy has 11. He's won all monuments at least twice. There are only 2 other people who have won them all too. That makes him the best one-day racer ever. But then he's also won all 3 Grand Tours, the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, and the Vuelta a Espana. Only 6 others have achieved that. He's won 11 Grand Tours total, 5 times the Tour and 5 times the Giro and 1 Vuelta. That's also more than anyone else. The second guy's got 10. So he's also the best Grand Tour rider ever. All in all, Eddie Merckx the GOAT of cycling. And he was able to do all that without Sepp Kuss's help. Phil Taylor is the greatest darts player to ever live and only just retired. The record-breaking, history-making, 16 times, the champion of the Woo-Wah world. Kelly Slater. Watch a video of Katie Ledecky in the Olympics against the best the world had to offer and you'll appreciate how much faster she is than any other woman swimmer. She's not just head and shoulders above everyone else, they're looking up at her knees. The Williams sisters in tennis are the same way. Venus Williams might be the best athlete in the history of women's sports if not for Serena. Simone Biles had basically broken the gymnastics scoring system at this point. Magnus Carlsen chess. Eliud Kipchoge. Weird Al Yankovic. He's the best parody songwriter, according player, Hawaiian shirt owner, and makes the world's second best tuna melt sandwich. And he really makes a mighty fine jelly bean and pickle sandwich, for what it's worth. Tony Hawk. But have you thought that maybe Rodney Mullen? Magnus Carlsen, according to many. Garry Kasparov, according to many, including Magnus Carlsen. Simone Biles. My daughter is a competitive acrobatic gymnast cheerleader. The number of young gymnasts who absolutely worship her even in the UK is amazing. And what a phenomenal human to have to look up to.